think funny about me is my looks. Yeah, I've been told. I can't really tell a joke. Woman gonna give me crazy looks or talking to myself. I didn't bring my phone. Good. She's walked by. So anyway, we went to church today. For me, the first time in a long time. I'm a great Catholic. Or a cataholic. This is a cartoon I once saw. It was pretty funny. The guy shows up with a bunch of they were like a bunch of nuns and priests, really holy, devout people, and they're all holding their Bibles, and it said on the door, Catholics Anonymous. But he shows up with a bunch of cats. He's like, I must be at the wrong place. But I'm done. So anyway, like I say, jokes are not funny. Absurdity is what's funny in life. And so Suzanne and I were noticing certain things that were pretty funny, like our choir director likes to make the music really lively and peppy, and I think today he wasn't there, and so today we came to understand the reason why, because church music tends to be very slow and devout. Well, trust me, if you go to a church service and the choir doesn't happen to show up or whatever, so there's no music and nobody feels like singing a cappella, like, the 7:30 a.m. mass, it's kind of like, let's just get through it and get done. So music takes a service that goes 30 minutes to 45 minutes long and stretches it out to an hour and a half. And that's with our choir director making it peppy. So if you have these people that have decided to make it slow and devout and dirge, like, this song is really sad and full of meaning and everything, an hour, 45 minutes. I don't know. People go to church, but to be honest with you, most people don't really enjoy it. And that is saying something that is already setting my feet on fire, I know, and I can hear people saying, I can't believe you would say that. That's so terrible. Well, it's true. Mark Twain once said something funny, and this guy by the name of Bryce gave me a book when I was really into literature and reading, and so he gave me some books to read. And the one book that I got all the way through was Mark Twain, and I believe it was his last book. Excuse me. As God, he doesn't like what I'm saying. He's choking me. Don't speak. So the last book was a bunch of short stories, and one of them was about Mark Twain's view on heaven. And so he was like, so most humans view heaven as like this paradise where you spend 24 hours a day in church. And he's like, here on earth when you go to church, people are like tugging at their collars and uncomfortable, and they're just waiting to get out. They can't wait to get out. And, and they're half-assing it, singing it. I don't think Twain used the term half-ass, but pretty close. And he said, so heaven is going to be a 24/7 version of that? No breaks even for Christmas? Or I think that we miss the meaning of all of it, because, first off, I don't think church is meant to be fun. It's meant to make you kind of reflect and think. Secondly, every day, 24/7 is a chance to do church. I mean, the world really is the church. And, you know, I've come to believe that the divine exists within all of us. And, you know, I like this story of I'm trying to make this my own kind of parable of the golden shovel. And the golden shovel goes something like, this man had 2 sons, an older, more impatient, restless son who's so much in a hurry to get on with enjoying life and everything that he doesn't ever want to start any task. He's actually kind of lazy, and he never put his mind to anything. He just wants to get it all now, you know, immediate gratification kind of guy. And then the younger son, who's had to grow up very patient, very, you know, anything that I can be given. But, you know, the rules state that when the father dies, he has to give all his inheritance to his oldest son. You know, that's the way things work. So he decides he's going to give his oldest son his inheritance, which is a shovel. Well, this man is known to be rich, and everybody thinks, well. And the man happens to be kind of he owns a mine. So he gives the oldest son the shovel, and of course the mine that goes with it. And the oldest son is like, what the hell am I going to do with this? Where's all the gold that my dad supposedly hoarded away his whole life? He should give that to me so I could go out and spend it. That's what I want. So he takes the shovel and he throws it away. And the youngest son said, well, if you don't want it, I'll take it. Go ahead, take it all, it's yours. It's worthless to me. So then the youngest son grabs the shovel and he figures, well, Dad must have wanted us to work and, you know, make something of the mine as he did. So he starts digging with the shovel. You're going the wrong way. Uh-oh. Wow, we got in trouble last time we said that. So he starts digging. And as he's digging with the shovel, he realizes that the outer coat, the shovel, has been painted. It's not really the color. And it turns out that the shovel itself is made of gold. And that's where all the father's gold went, is in the shovel. And he made sure that his youngest hardworking son got it. That's what life is like. And that's the absurdity of life, I think. In that's the comedy of everything. I think that there's a good sense of humor in the universe. And I've seen no end of people who just throw away a ton of gold and throw away all their treasure in an effort to get what they consider to be the treasure, which turns out to be worthless. Myself included in that, of course. Anyway, so those are the random musings of a boorish, redundant douchebag. And oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to do, hey, how you doing? And that's what I was gonna wrap it up with. The dog has been bad.
See that tree?
Ruh-roh.
Who's a bad dog?
What'd he do?
Karen, styrofoam. Sure.
Uh-oh.
Stella is already
Stella
showing.
what's wrong with you, Stella?
I gotta close the doggy door, because that's what she's setting. That's what she's setting.
Hey, Jimmy. Jimmy! Somebody knows he's been bad.
Who's been bad, Stella?
Come on. Jimmy, come on. Come on. Come on, Jimmy. Jimmy, come on. Come on. Come on, Jimmy. Jimmy, come on. Come on, Stella. Come on, let's go. Come on. No, Jimmy's the one who's well, he's not really shivering. He's like wiggling his tail nervously, and it's making his whole body tremble. Come here, Jimmy. Come here. Come on. Go on. Get in. Go on. I think you know something's up, huh? You know something's up, huh? You got that guilty dog look on your face. Alright. I wasn't able to get to this, so. That's a nervous wag.
Shiver, shiver, shiver.
Alright, Jimmy, come on. What do we do here? There's a pillow laying in the middle of the floor. Looks like it's been slobbered all over, huh? Hey, Jimmy, come here. Oh, well, I guess we didn't leave his Kong out this time. I know. The cat did it. Stella, you weren't an enabler, were you?
Stella, here. Like, should I take it? Oh, God, slobber.
Here's a slobbery pillow.
Why didn't you play with your chicken? I thought you were going to play with your chicken.
Jimmy.